Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks State of the World on Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three. Okay, what's some of the things that are happening in the world? Okay? Alright. Black and indigenous activists call for 3 Latinx LA City Council members to resign over racist remarks. They had a conference call and somehow the audio was picked up by people it intended to be picked up by. Okay, jeez. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Also, right to rescue. Jury acquits animal rights activist who saved piglets. That's nice. I'm glad they were saved. Have to see what happens with that. Okay, now, that's farming, herding animals and farming. Okay, now, what happened was these animal rights activists saved piglets at Smithfield Factory Farm. It's a major victory for animal rights. A jury in Utah has acquitted 2 animal rights activists who each face up to 5.5 years in prison time for rescuing 2 sick piglets from Smithfield's Circle 4 Farms, one of the world's largest pig farms. During the 2017 rescue operation, activists with the group Direct Action Everywhere found piglets feeding on their own mother's blood. Pregnant pigs held in gestation crates too small for them to turn around in, and sick and feverish piglets left to die of starvation or to be trampled. The long-awaited decision sets the stage for a right to rescue legal precedent which would allow anyone to rescue dying animals from unsafe conditions. For more, we speak with one of the activists, Wayne, who represented himself in trial and says the jury decision is a resounding victory, not just for transparency and accountability in factory farms, but for the idea that animals are living beings and not just things to be thrown away in a garbage can. I totally agree. Okay, now I also posted the video of this story on my Facebook page. You can find it there. Okay, now, that's a big story. Yes, there is legislation that's passed in the state of California for humane treatment of animals, but the pork industry is trying to overturn that. Yeah, they claim to be pro-life, but not the life of animals, birds, fish, mammals, plant life, and wildlife. Okay. Now, people do have power. Francis Fox pivoted at 90 on movements preserving democratic rights and fascism. Okay. So she is a progressive and says the United States has always been a limited democracy, despite attacks on fundamental rights. Piven says people do have power to organize and protect their rights because we live in a complex, integrated society where the activities of ordinary people really do matter. Okay, I totally agree with that. Happy birthday, Francis Fox Piven. Also, Russian strikes kill 19 across Ukraine. UN General Assembly to vote on Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territories. Okay, I hope they vote that it's illegal. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll vote against Russia. Also, Belarusian troops will deploy alongside Russian forces near Ukraine's border. That's nice. And Venezuela, you get it, Belarus, your leader is getting you into trouble, kind of like the old Austro-Hungarian Empire. Okay. Venezuela floods kill dozens. Storm triggers deadly mudslides in Central America. Not only in Venezuela, but in various places. Okay. Now, 28 people killed in Guatemala and El Salvador. So heavy rains. We've had heavy rains here. So hopefully they will be okay. Climate change. Heat waves could make human life unsustainable in parts of Asia and Africa by the year 2050. That's only less than 30 years away. Okay. So we'll have to see what happens. Of course, climate change, and the right wing doesn't want to acknowledge that. Okay. UN Refugee Agency makes emergency appeal as number of refugees tops 100 million. Okay, a lot of refugees from all over the world because of wars of the rich. Okay. Now, protesters reject call for deployment of foreign forces to Haiti. Okay. Evidently, hopefully, the United Nations is urging the activation of a rapid action force to Haiti to combat armed groups that have blockaded the main terminal in Port-au-Prince. However, unfortunately, protesters don't want foreign forces in their country. Say no to the occupation. Okay. Now, 12-year-old Palestinian shot by Israeli soldier dies from wounds. 12-year-old boy. He is West Bank resident, Palestinian child. 2 weeks after being shot and seriously wounded by Israeli forces during a raid in the Jenin refugee camp in late September. Mahmoud was at least the 165th Palestinian killed by Israeli soldiers in the occupied West Bank and Gaza Strip this year alone. At least 44 of those killed were children. Israel gets away with that. We have to hold Israel accountable. I have to hold Saudi Arabia accountable for what they do as well. Okay. Now, Mexico files a lawsuit against Arizona-based gun sellers. In Arizona, they have gun sellers along the border with Mexico and filed U.S.-based gun manufacturers. Well, they're guilty. So hopefully we'll hold those U.S. gun manufacturers accountable. Thailand holds funerals for victims of massacre at child care center. Yes, someone went in and shot up a daycare center, killed. He's a former police officer. He stabbed at least 36 people, including 24 children. Guns, violence. All right, Senate candidate J.D. Vance defends Donald Trump in debate with Representative Tim Ryan. Okay. Okay. He's a venture capitalist, and he repeatedly defended the actions of Donald Trump, whose endorsement helped propel Vance to victory in Ohio's Republican primary. Okay. So, hopefully Mr. Ryan will win in Ohio. Okay. Herschel Walker's wife wrote to ex-girlfriend whose 2009 abortion Walker allegedly paid for. So that's hypocrisy. Walker's against abortion in any case, and yet he has 4 children that we know of, but he doesn't take care of any of them. And he had his girlfriend get an abortion and paid for it. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hypocrisy. Montanez steps down as LA Council President after leaked audio reveals racist remarks. Good, get rid of her. Okay. Also, railroad workers reject proposed union contract, setting stage for November strike. Okay. The railroads are booming business. They're earning a lot of money, but they don't want to share their profits with the workers. They're not even allowed a paid day off to get medical care without being penalized by their employers. There should be paid sick time, and so their carriers have seen their profits soar while workers' wages remain stagnant. Okay, the rail companies have to pay. Okay. Billy Southern, who defended Albert Woodfox and other death row prisoners, dies at 45. He defended death penalty, people wrongly accused, wrongly convicted, and now he's gone. Hope he has a happy home in heaven, well taken care of. He defended low-income people across what's known as the Death Belt, a region stretching from Alabama to East Texas, where death penalty cases are prevalent. Mr. Southern took up some of the toughest cases, including the wrongful conviction of Albert Woodfox, a former Black Panther who spent nearly 44 years solitary confinement for a crime he always said he didn't commit. Okay, Billy Southern, thank you for your work. Thank you for your service. Okay. Russia pounds Ukrainian cities with missiles, killing at least 10 following Crimea bridge blast. The Crimea bridge was built by Russia after they annexed Crimea, and it was a way of getting traveling between Russia and Crimea. By now it's been blown up. Russia attacks kill at least 13 in Zaporizhia. Nuclear plant temporarily loses power. That's a dangerous situation. And hackers interrupt Iranian state TV, calling viewers to join mass protests. They're protesting the arrest of an Iranian woman who was arrested for not wearing her headscarf properly, and she died while in custody. Okay, very sad. All right, now, okay, a lot of bad things happening in the world. Okay. Now we talked about the case of the pig farms where the animals are treated terribly, and the rescuers were charged, but the jury acquits them. They say the piglets at Smithfield Factory Farm. So the message is, don't eat other creatures, don't hurt other creatures. Become a vegetarian, become a vegan. That's what I am. If you say you're pro-life, then you should be pro all life, not just the unborn baby. Okay, now, so that's a lot. Now, thank you for tuning in this evening of Tuesday, October 11th, 2022, for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you join us again tomorrow. Stay safe, take care of yourself and others, wear a mask, practice social distancing. When the vaccine is available for you, it's safe you take it, I would take it. I had mine at Johnson & Johnson one shot. Been looking around for a boost. I haven't found one that works for me. I have to be very careful with vaccines. Okay, now, how about a tiny little song? Close the door, light the lights. We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away, just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. Our troubles will leave far behind us there. And I know we will find such peace to find when we live in a world of our own. Okay, that was World of Our Own, written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield Folk Group, which included Sister Dusty Springfield, who went on to be an international singing star. Recorded by Dusty Springfield, also by the Seekers. Okay. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Tuesday, October 11th, 2022, for another meeting of Carolyn Street State of the World. Hope you join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe. Take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.